You're not falling behind. You're just learning too slowly. Let me start with this. As Alvin Toffler said, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Now, think about your work. Are you actually learning or just getting faster at what you already know? Because these are two different things. This is the Channa Files, where we break down corporate lessons, career growth strategies, and life habits that actually work. No fluff, just real stories, real insights, and practical takeaways you can use right now. In the beginning, everything is new. You struggle, you learn fast, but after a point, you become efficient. And efficiency feels like growth, but it's not. You are just repeating the same things with less effort. And that's where most people get stuck without realizing it. Let's go deeper and understand what's learning and unlearning. Learning is like adding apps to your phone. New skills, new knowledge, new future. Unlearning is deleting the outdated apps that slow down your old habits, shortcuts, and methods that no longer serve you. Relearning is updating the apps you already have, returning to the basics but applying them at higher level. At your work, you learned Excel once, but if you're still using the same way you did 5 years ago, you're not learning. You're just repeating. You learned how to present in meetings, but if you still rely on the same slides and same script, you're not improving. You're just recycling. When it comes to your fitness, you learn how to bench press. But if your form is wrong, you're just reinforcing your bad habits. You learned a workout routine. But if you're never changing it, your body adapts and stops growing. Relearning here means going back to basics. Breathing, your posture, your recovery, doing them better than before. Most people only focus on learning, but the real growth comes when you also unlearn and relearn, because the world does not reward what you know. It rewards how fast you can adapt when what you know stops working. Let's connect this with a real-time scenario.
Look at Reed Hastings. Netflix started with DVDs initially. The model was working all fine. People loved it. Business was very stable. Now just imagine shifting to streaming at that time, it was very uncertain and risky. But he made the shift early, which means he did not hold on to what was working. He was willing to unlearn it because he understood what works today can become very irrelevant tomorrow. That decision is why Netflix stayed ahead.
Now let's connect this with today's world. Work is getting automated. AI is doing repetitive tasks. Expectations are increasing. Think about it. Report that used to take hours, AI can generate them in minutes. Emails that used to need careful drafting, AI can suggest them instantly. Data analysis that required expertise, AI tools can now do the basics faster than most humans. So, if your work is repetitive or predictable or easily replicable, it will be replaced. Not because you are not doing good, but because you don't evolve. AI is not your competition. It is your starting line. Your value is no longer in doing the task. Your value is in asking sharper questions, making better decisions, bringing creativity in judgment and human connections. Now, let's try to connect this within fitness. Machines can count reps, your smartwatches, everything. Apps can track calories. Wearables can measure the heart rate. Very true. But none of them can tell you when your body has plateaued or when you need to unlearn a bad form or when it's time to relearn the basics like breathing, posture, and recovery. Technology can measure, but only you can adapt. Let's make this real. Not big plans, things you can actually start from today, both in your work and your fitness. Let's go.
You're in office. You are doing the same task daily. Same Excel, same emails, same approach. Next time, take a pause and ask, can I do this better or differently? Similarly, in workouts, you go to gym and you follow the same routine, same exercise, same weights. Your body is just repeating, not improving. Growth starts when you break the auto mode. You're working on something. You copy someone's work, or a format, or a report, or a solution. The work is done quick. But are you understanding how they did or how this was solved? No. Give a pause and try to understand. In gym, you see someone lifting properly, perfect posture, controlled movement. You try to copy, but you don't feel the muscle because you copy the movement, not the technique. Understanding builds growth, copying builds dependency. Your manager asks, can you take a new responsibility? Your first instinct, let me finish the current work first. Instead, just think, I will take it, even if you struggle initially, but within a week, you're understanding more than before. While you're working out, you avoid heavier weights, difficult exercises, new routines. You step where you feel confident or easy. But confidence without challenge does not build strength. Growth always starts with discomfort. You feel like you need to improve everything. So you try everything, your speakings, your application knowledge, everything. But the result, nothing improves. Now, change the approach. Focus on every small step. You will surely see a visible change. Don't try full transformation. Instead of random training, pick one, either your strength or form or consistency. Let's say, let me fix my form. You slow down, you focus, you correct the mistakes. Within weeks, you will feel stronger. Focus creates progress. New tool is introduced in office. People are talking about it. You think I will learn later. When weeks pass, now suddenly it becomes mandatory. Pressure starts building. Deadline comes. Now learning feels so stressful. Just imagine if you would have spent some time on learning, this wouldn't have been the case. So learn at the right time. During your workouts, you don't focus on your warm ups. You don't focus on your form. You don't focus on your recovery. Everything feels fine until injury happens. Then you're forced to stop. Early learnings would have saved your future fame.
So, here is the truth. Most people are not lacking effort. They are just stuck in old pattern of effort. Doing the same work in the same way for too long and calling it experience. So next time you feel like I am doing everything but not growing, look at both your work and your routine and ask, are you improving or just repeating? Because you don't stop growing because life gets harder. You stop growing when you stop challenging yourself, whether it's in your work or it's in yourself or it's in your gym, and even against the machines. Because if AI is learning faster, your edge is to unlearn smarter, relearn stronger, and keep adapting. This is the Channa Files. Real lessons, real stuff, real growth. Keep learning, keep unlearning, keep moving forward. See you next time.